94 Rocks The Dark. It is that time again. It's time to get to know an artist. We play here on The Dark, and on the phone tonight, all the way from New York, I'm talking with Madame Mayhem. And Madame, you and I have had a chance to talk a few times on the airwaves. You've even come in studio here pre-pandemic. How are you doing?
I'm good, hanging in there just like everybody else, but all things considered, can't complain.
Yeah, it was great to have you in studio here back in 2019. It was just before the pandemic happened, and then
I know
everything happened. Then it just went to basically, I'll use this analogy because you're a hockey gal. It went to HE double hockey sticks.
Exactly. But that was so much fun when we were able to come into studio and, chat with you in real life and rock out to some tunes acoustically. But yeah, it was fun.
Last time we had a chance to talk was back in May of last year, and of course at that time it was really the heat of the pandemic, and you were in the heat of it in New York. Over the past year now, things have kind of changed a little bit. I guess what's been going on these days with Madame Mayhem?
I mean, with Madame Mayhem, with my band and I, we've honestly since then, writing more music, creating as much as we can. But the first time we honestly got to see each other, because we were all not able to see each other as most people weren't, and everything really was locked down for a very long time around here, more than in other states and things like that. So the first time we all got to see each other again was when we shot this music video for my new single, I Am More, and it was like the greatest reunion ever. We missed each other so much, and it was really cool to see everybody again. And since then, we did a few, online festivals with the streaming. I've been getting my chops with figuring out, the live streams and things like that, which I never thought I needed to be tech savvy enough to figure out all that, and editing myself and doing things on the back end myself that normally I wouldn't do. So it's been a big learning experience, I would say.
I know. I had a chance to watch some of those. It's crazy because obviously, nobody knew what was going on at the time, and everybody was, just like, okay. And then eventually people are like, I need to do something. So that was the next big thing, is to basically, and for you, I think you did it from your apartment, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And so, so basically it was like, all right, all these artists out there are doing these acoustic shows or even full shows right from their home, so their fans could get a chance to hear them.
Yep. It was definitely unique. Even like me watching other people do it, and then me doing it, I was always like, oh God, there's no real set. Is this going to be weird? And then it ended up being a really cool thing, because then fans and music lovers get access to artists that they never would have gotten. You get artists in their pajamas, just rocking out on their keyboard. Right. We used to do before we started touring. So yeah,
you had a pretty cool view from your at least vantage point. And the one cool thing I will say is it was a way, I guess, for people to kind of see behind the scenes of their different artists and their, I guess, for fans.
Yeah, I mean, it was cool that, to be able to talk to people online, whether after they watched it or during, to get the comments and for them to see, what's been going on. And I mean, I've since moved from that specific apartment, but that view was amazing, and it really kept me sane during the pandemic, because there was this tiny, small little balcony that we could go out on, and normally that's not so easy to obtain in New York City. So The fact that we had that was like our breath of fresh air when we really weren't allowed to go outside and do that,
I guess, let me ask you, with the pandemic and that, how did you fare? And I'm talking mental health on this. How did you fare through this?
I mean, I'll be honest, I feel extremely fortunate, and I know so many people out there have had it way worse. And I want to just thank all the first responders and everyone on the front lines who just, had to really step up and, brave this pandemic. I didn't have it half as bad as other people, but I will say mentally it was interesting. It was definitely a roller coaster. I mean, at first you're like, oh, I'm home, and this is kind of cool and nice, and you get to spend more time, with your family that you normally wouldn't, being a touring musician on the road. So, there's an adjustment there. But at first I was like, I kind of actually am enjoying this. And then you start to go stir crazy and you're like, oh, I want to go out on the road again, and I want to perform again, and I want to, and even like simple daily tasks that you couldn't do anymore, things like that, you start to lose it a little bit. But I'll be honest, I've been very fortunate during this time to, be okay and be healthy and be safe as possible, and so overall, mentally, it depended on the day, but definitely not as bad. There were times where I was trying to write because we're trying to complete, an album, and there was no inspiration there. There was just so much pressure with everyone in the world, as you saw on social media, like learning new skills and getting new albums out in like 2 weeks and doing all these things, and I was like feeling this pressure to keep up, I guess. And from all that pressure, my creativity kind of shut down, and it was like I couldn't come up with the next line in a song, or I couldn't, when you have all that pressure to produce, a product so quickly, when I don't feel like it is a product, it's, it's my soul, basically, that I spill my guts out on a daily basis with these songs.
I guess
so that was hard, but
I guess I never would have thought that, because normally, maybe at first it was like, okay, it gave you time, 5-6 months to sit down, reflect, and but when you've been, I guess, for over a year and a half, that creativity maybe does eventually kind of fizzle out for a while.
Yeah, and it's more because you're, instead of like having this open mind of like, let's just create, or getting, my emotions or aggressions out and it comes into a song, it was more like, oh no, if I don't write a song this month, I'm falling behind. And it was like that kind of pressure that I was really putting on myself, but just from like seeing the atmosphere of what other artists were doing. And I try very hard not to compare myself at all, because I think every artist is unique. But when I saw that people were engaging with, their fans in a different way than I was doing at that time, I felt this pressure that, it kind of shut me down for a little bit. And then luckily it started to come back when I started to let go a little bit more.
You mentioned other artists and stuff. I'm curious on this. A lot of times when you're out and about on the road, you're performing with other artists, so you get an opportunity to talk, meet, do all those kind of things, get to more people. Was it less of that now, of, I guess, communicating between other artists, or did you have more communication between other artists during the pandemic?
I think it was a mix. In the very beginning, I think we were all checking on each other a lot, which kind of made us all talk to each other more than we would. Like, usually when you're on the road, you see everyone, and then if you're not working with them on a side project or anything like that, you just like kind of wait until you see them out next time, kind of thing, and you kind of keep in touch. But once this happened, everyone was checking on everyone else, and it was kind of cool to have, this community of musicians and even the fans, like, we're all talking to everyone, I think, a little bit more. But then as time went on, I realized, like, darn, I haven't talked to this guy in a while, and, like, it's because they're not coming through my town this year when I'm off tour, or vice versa. I'm not going through their neck of the woods, or, we're not meeting up at a festival. And so I think in the beginning it was definitely interacting more, and then as time went on, everyone just kind of fell off a little bit. But now it's starting to build up again, and everyone's just excited, I think, to get back out there in the safest way possible, of course. But the fact that there are shows happening now gives hope.
Absolutely. We're talking to Madame Mayhem. As you mentioned, there are some shows going on a little bit, but I think more of the push looks like it's going to be in 2022. That's kind of the fingers crossed thing. And you're starting to see a lot of the artists, including yourself, releasing new songs. And in fact, you just impacted this week on rock radio with a brand new song called I Am More, and we've been spinning it here on 94 Rocks. Love it. And in fact, today the Billboard indicator charts came out, and your song was added by 8 additional radio stations today, so you're in the top 4 on that. That is awesome news. So congratulations to that, madam.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited, and I mean, I just love this song so much. so it means a lot that other people like yourself and like, the feedback has just been so positive, and other people, are playing it. It's very exciting.
Let's talk about this. And first of all, obviously Billy Sheehan has been helping you forever, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Obviously, Mr. Big, Winery Dog, Sons of Apollo. So he's well known. But you also got some help from Keith Wallen, which is one of the guitarists for Breaking Benjamin. I had a chance to talk with Keith last year during the pandemic, and I didn't know Keith that well until after talking to him and doing some research. This guy is amazing, isn't he?
He's amazing. He's so talented, and he's so humble too. And he's very genuine, and so it's very easy to work with him. Like, sometimes I feel like he doesn't understand how good he is. Like, he's so good and so talented, and like, you tell him all the time, and then he gets, like a little embarrassed or whatever. But I really think he's so talented and so creative, and he has, in addition to obviously being part of Breaking Benjamin, he has his own solo project, which is phenomenal, and he writes for a lot of people and with a lot of people, and I feel lucky enough that he was willing to write a whole bunch of songs with me, including this one. And yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah, it was funny because we were supposed to have Saving Abel here a couple of weeks ago for End of Summer Bash. Unfortunately, there was some family issues, but they're going to be coming back here in June. But I was looking in Saving Abel's first album and was reading some of like who is writing. He actually helped write one of the songs for Saving Abel on that first album. So he's been out there a long time.
Yeah, he has, and he's written for so many people that, like, he's very good at what he does, whether it's for his own projects or for others.
How did you get hooked up with him, I guess?
Through my management. We do have the same management company, so I think we both signed on to them around the same times, I think, a few years back, and I was on tour with Seven Dust. I want to say this was back in 2018, and we were coming through an area where he was in Tennessee, and he came out to one of the shows, and my management introduced us, and he wanted to obviously come out and support the show and see what I was all about too before, we committed to working with each other. And luckily I did something right, and he was like, yeah, okay, we can do this. So we've been writing together ever since. When I was touring between 2018 and 2019, I would take some stops over and write with him. In between my touring, I'd fly out there or, take a stop over there. And so we had a bunch of, songs that we created together, and I Am More is just one of them.
Awesome. Okay, let's talk about the song a little bit more. What, I guess, is the meaning of this song, and what is the inspiration from it?
Yeah, it's it's a self-empowerment song, and it's really about stepping out of the box and not letting people put you in a box, which is something I sing about and I talk about a lot, because it's very important to me for people to be unique and not let people, define who you are by what they think you are and what you should be. And this goes with, it usually stems from me in the industry. I'm not going to lie. Like, as much as I love my industry, sometimes I get very frustrated with it, as some people do. But it's a general thing about self-empowerment and just knowing that you are more and that we are all stronger than we think we are. We are all stronger than we know, and kind of tapping into that. When I wrote this with Keith, I had literally just come off a plane after not sleeping, after actually performing with Seven Dust, and I flew straight there, and I was actually coming off this high of, I can do this, I can do anything. And so even though the song is about breaking out of a place where people are telling you what to do and who to be and how to act and what path you should take, I took it from this I was so empowered at the time. It was like no, I'm going to do what I want to do, and I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing and follow my path. And it was from that the song really came to be.
That's cool. That is very cool, Madam. And of course, this is the first song of hopefully many more that you'll put together for an upcoming album, maybe in 2022?
Yes, we are working on songs all the time, and of course, I would have loved to release a full-length album sooner than releasing all these different singles here and there that I've been doing, which I still love doing because I want to, keep up with everything and give the fans something as we go. And of course, during this pandemic, I wanted to release whatever singles were ready as they were. So, there was something to look forward to for myself and for fellow rock music lovers. But I've always been a fan of full-length albums to listen to and to release. So hopefully we can get our stuff together and get something out soon.
And then, of course, when you release an album, you got to go out and play the album, right? So touring in 2022, right?
Yes. I mean, we are so excited to get back out on the road. I'm sure many people are, and I'm sure they've all told you, but we miss everyone. We miss all of you out there. With my band and I talk about it on a daily basis. We're like, we can't wait to get back out there and just interact, because as amazing as it is to write and create and record songs and connect with people, whether it's social media or talking to awesome people in the music industry like yourself, there's nothing like a live show and connecting with fans that are right there. It's like we draw our energy off of them, they draw their energy off of us, and it's the most special feeling in the entire world. So hopefully 2022 we can get out there and do that. And then in the meantime, I'll be on Shiprocked in January, if all things go as planned, as a as a stowaway. So
that's going to be interesting, huh? Yeah. Are you excited about that?
I'm so excited. I did it. I've done it 2 years prior.
Okay.
Not the last one that they did, but a few years earlier. And it was always just such an amazing experience to literally just be hanging out with everyone on the boat, whether you're an artist or one of the fans. And it's one big happy rock family. And I love it. And I love everyone who's a part of it. And again, I wasn't on it the last time they did it. And so it's even more exciting for me. But of course, I'm very curious because all the rules keep changing, and I just want it to happen. It needs to happen, and as of now, it's happening. So I am gonna just, I'm just so excited to be part of it.
Awesome. I got to ask you, because I know you're a hockey girl. I love hockey. I broadcast hockey. So the Rangers, how do the New York Rangers look in this year?
I don't want to ever say anything bad about my Rangers. I love my Rangers. But some of the games we've been playing recently, before anything really counts, has just been so... I've been sad a lot. And so I just hope things turn around, and because I love them, no matter how well they do or not, I'm always going to be a Rangers fan. I'm never going to, fall off of that. But, let's just hope things just keep getting better. I can't say more than that. I really can't.
Well, I was just looking at the schedule. The Wild play the Rangers on January 28th at Madison Square Garden at 7 o'clock.
Oh, my gosh.
So that's Minnesota Wild.
Go?
Maybe I'll have to make a fly. I'll have to fly out there just so.
Might need to do.
Yeah,
we might need to do it.
Yeah, they play the Rangers on Friday, the Wild do, and then they play the Islanders on Sundays. So.
I would say go to the Rangers game.
Well, yeah, I would definitely go to the Rangers game. But I'm being a little biased on that. Yeah. But I'd be wearing a Wild jersey, and you would be wearing the red, white, and blue. So.
But that's fine. That's how just like music, everyone comes together. Well, I don't know if it really works.
Yeah.
The more I think about it, when you go to a game, it doesn't really work like that. But like we can change it. We can change it.
Don't worry, I'll get my own hotel, so we're okay. I won't impose. Trust me. Hey, Madam, if more people want information about Madame Mayhem, how can they get that?
Check out my website, MadameMayhem.com. That's Madam with an E at the end. And please make sure to connect with me on social media, Facebook, Madame Mayhem, Instagram, Madame Mayhem, Twitter, Mayhem Official. I also have my YouTube page, which is Madame Mayhem Official, where you can check out this new music video for I Am More. And just send me a message or comment. I do my best to keep in touch with as many people as possible because I genuinely love discussing music and talking and keeping in touch with everyone. So give me a shout out. Say hi.
Yes. Congratulations once again on the ads today for the Billboard Indicator charts. And I got to believe that your song is going to do very well on the charts.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
I had, as always, Madam, a lot of fun getting a chance to talk to you again, and looking forward to hopefully seeing you right here back in Minnesota in 2022, okay?
Yes, please. Let's make it happen.
Once again, that is Madame Mayhem. Her latest song is called I Am More. You're hearing it right now. It's on The Dark. It's on 94 Rocks.